Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Eileen, and everybody else who has put this together today. I just want to say that when I come down to Long Island, I realize that you are all our champions. You are on the ground fighting for children's mental wellness, fighting for family support, and fighting for what young people and families need to succeed. So I just want to say thank you first and foremost for that. You guys totally inspire us. So Youth Power is the New York State network of young people who have been labeled and are seeking change. And through persistent advocacy, we bring the voices of young people to government officials in New York State. Our Action Working Group, they're our systems advocacy arm. It's a youth-led, youth-run working group that picks a topic that our membership determines needs to be worked on. And right now, we're running a campaign all around the lack of meaningful graduation options for students with disabilities. And that feedback that we receive directly informs our advocacy efforts. And of particular concern to our members and families, and specifically students with disabilities, young English language learners, and other vulnerable school-aged populations, are the unnecessary obstacles to obtaining a high school diploma. So the allure of the American public education system is its guarantee of a free and appropriate public education that prepares students to be college and career ready. An American education should position students to be informed participants in civil society and active contributors to the globalized economy. Unfortunately, this allure is superficial. New York is failing its most vulnerable students. In New York State, 1 in 4 students will not graduate within 4 years. And for at-risk students, the outlook is considerably more desolate. Traditionally marginalized populations and economically disadvantaged students complete high school within 4 years at significantly lower rates than their non-identified peers. Let me be clear, in no way are we advocating lower standards. We want our schools and teachers to be among the most effective in the country, our students well-equipped to take on college work and life, and a meaningful diploma that embodies the ideals of the Empire State. We can fulfill the promise of all that is New York while creating opportunities for many more young New Yorkers to thrive. To do this, we need to move our educational system toward a new New York, a philosophy of learning that is premised on the fundamental belief in the potential of every single student. An education that embraces individuality over conformity, and multiple high-quality pathways out of high school that are measurable and performance-based. Under the No Child Left Behind Act, states are required to assess high school students in reading, math, and science. However, states are not mandated to impose testing as a pathway to graduation. Standardized testing offers only a limited glimpse into a student's mastery of a subject. Standardized tests were designed to rank us. Today, they are used as barriers to independence rather than bridges to the American dream. There are replicable models in New York State that allow students to learn by doing, outside of the traditionally academic environment. However, students must still pass exit exams to receive a high school diploma. Across the state, young people will tell us that career and technical education that gives students the skills to pay the bills must be promoted as a valid and equally prestigious alternative to the traditional academic model. The Board of Regents must embrace initiatives that enhance deeper learning and promote the development of performance-based assessments. Deeper learning prepares students to be college and career ready. Deeper learning teaches students to think critically and solve complex problems while working collaboratively and communicating effectively and being self-directed and able to incorporate feedback. These are all real-world skills that young people need to succeed in the 21st century. There are alternatives such as portfolios, that will allow students to demonstrate the skills they have mastered without the high pressure of the Regents exams. So the independent living movement, disability, family, immigrant, youth rights movements, all of the different movements within the social justice framework need to unite to pressure the Board of Regents to create pathways to prosperity rather than pipelines to poverty. Thank you.